Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and After Thoughts with Shirley, as always, Queen Crazy K. Before to subscribe to my channel for this and more podcasts like it, as always. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram. We got awesome and amazing things. Gonna cover Raw, SmackDown, all that good stuff. We got Money in the Bank coming up, and also we got SummerSlam right afterwards. So we're gonna jump right into it like always. And it'd be really appreciated if you subscribe to get more things like it. I mean, there's plenty out there to see and enjoy. So first, I know you guys who already follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my channel on YouTube already see my picture videos from this last Monday Night Raw that took place in Lincoln that I was there live that I've been talking about, and I posted to Instagram and pictures that you can see right now. And on my YouTube channel, it's already got a lot of views on it, so be sure to subscribe to my channel as well as you're watching them, and follow me on Instagram as well as you've seen them. It was awesome. It was great. It was amazing. It was a fun time. I got a new shirt over there that I'll show you when this is over. When I get ready to come out, I will show you because it's way over there. Well, I may be able to do it like this. Show you right now. Let's see if we can see that. There's the new one here. I got this shirt when I was there at some the WWE Cup. It's my WrestleMania, see, WrestleMania Cup that I got the last time I went to this past Monday Night Raw wrestling that was in Lincoln that I was telling you guys all about. And then also, on top of that, I got this thing right here. You see the EST, Bianca Belair, Cody Rhodes, Becky Lynch, the Russos, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and all of them on there. That is what I was able to get. And we had, as you know, your regular podcaster, your commentary. I mean, I got my entries of Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, and Jimmy when they came out for the Lincoln of Monday Night Raw commentary before they did live at home. And it's where I got that intro and all those wrestlers that you see. I said Cody Rhodes on there, Bianca Belair, EST on Raw and Shindy, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. Our commentary as always from Raw. My WrestleMania Cup that they're a little backed up because of COVID. Got the Duke Cadillac, has all the interviewers, Raw and SmackDown superstars and the commentaries that you can get to. Also the database, Sasha Banks on there, Finn Balor, Naomi, Charlotte, Natalya, Miz, Roman Reigns, Alexa Bliss. That you can buy when you go to them live. And all that good stuff on there. Now this is kind of extended a little bit, but getting a little bit short. So we had, when you first watched it, it was a WWE Live that was on there for a Saturday thing that we got to see. We got to see Rey Mysterio and Dominic the Mysterios. There always will be a legend. They got the last title over Finn Balor and Damian Priest in a 2-on-2 tag team match. And it was Byron Saxton that was doing the WWE Live for that commentary with him on there. And then after that, then we got the Oscar witness. It was all over the place, but at the end of the day, 24 champion is Dana Brooks over Akira and R-Truth and Tamina and all that. 24 champion, still Dana Brooks no matter who it is, whether it's a spouse, a friend. Just can't trust anybody, but she's still 24 champion. The Mysterio is always a legend, and that would cover the WWE Live before Monday Night Raw started that some of you guys saw my Instagram and YouTube that I posted about their entries and their match and gave a little information right here on this podcast about it for those of you who didn't get to see that yet. And also on Monday Night Raw, as you saw on the USA Network or you may have saw on Peacock, they're supposed to be bringing WWE Network back so that way it has its own place like it should have never left. And then we had our Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair witness Carmella winning a fatal 5-man match to face her for the Raw Women's Championship at Money in the Bank. But to me, I like that because if she would have versed Rhea Ripley, I mean, she's already beaten Rhea Ripley. She would have had Finn Balor and Damian Priest lurking to try to cheat her out of her match. And the Street Profits got business with the Usos, so they wouldn't be able to come out there helping out. And Edge still was injured from that neck injury, so he wouldn't be able to come out. I saw you guys AJ Styles, possibly, but he's got other plans. Looks like him and The Miz, you know, are going to have a Money in the Bank singles action, maybe. Maybe not. I mean, they kind of settled it on Raw. I mean, then Tommaso got involved. As you saw that new catchphrase from AJ Styles, putting The Miz on Miz TV in his place and beating Tommaso in a singles action who stuck his nose where it didn't belong, as he's a former two-time NXT champion. AJ Styles, former phenomenal still champion, as he beat Tommaso in that match and showed The Miz, this is my A-list Miz TV show now, and made a new catchphrase that was pretty funny and embarrassing at the same time. And Elias and Ezekiel proved that they didn't have a younger or older brother. Put Kevin Owens' guitar across his back. And also you see either Ezekiel or Elias or both of them, one or the other, both, versus him in a match next week on Monday Night Raw. And then also the returning after 20 years, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up, 16-time champion, ruthless, aggressive, rookie, big match, John Cena, as you see, I got his hat on, will return on Monday Night Raw and put Theory, the United States champion, in his place for mocking him. Those are my predictions for next week's Monday Night Raw. Based on this Monday Night Raw, the almighty Bobby Lashley put water in his face. He beat in the grudgeful match to face the United States champion, Theory, which is going to bro rush to him and become the United States champion once again against Theory at Money in the Bank, as he handled Otis, Chad after a grudgeful match, and Theory himself. So we see the almighty Bobby Lashley become United States champion once again over Theory at Money in the Bank, along with the Street Profits, who I think will bring the Raw Tag Team Championship back to Monday Night Raw, and then the Usos still be SmackDown Tag Team Champion. So it's a win-win situation. Bianca Belair will remain the Raw Women's Champion against Carmella, as she's the quickest, the roughest, strongest, fastest, and nobody is going to take that away from her, especially somebody who, you know, she won a fatal 5-man match. She earned her way in there. She's a former Miss Money in the Bank. She's a former SmackDown Women's Champion. She went through 5 other women to get there. She got the job done. She definitely, Carmella, earned her way and show her toughness and her strength to get this opportunity. But Bianca Belair remained the Raw Women's Champion because she is the EST, and no one's going to take that away from her. At least not right now, anyways. I mean, I'm sure down the line they'll eventually try to take it from her, but the EST is stopping at nothing. The EST is rolling. She's been rolling since she's came in the WWE. I can go over again over the accomplishments. Watch my other podcast. You can hear me bragging about Bianca Belair. She's the Raw Women's Champion, and nothing's going to change that at Money in the Bank. Just like Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship belt against Natalya, the baddest bitch on the planet was going to stand up for what she believes and remain the SmackDown Women's Champion against Natalya. And then that would have... my choice is either Seth Rollins becoming Mr. Money in the Bank again and WWE Champion, or I wouldn't be mad if Drew McIntyre won Mr. Money in the Bank and became WWE Champion, because like I said, Roman Reigns could still remain Universal Champion at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. And everybody wins, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Just because of the dominance, the strength that they have, and their former champions, so it wouldn't be surprising if they're like, hey, make my run go again. And then that would remain the rest of like Omos qualifying men's Money in the Bank against Matt Riddle. And then speaking of Seth Rollins, then Matt Riddle got burned down by Seth Rollins, and I posted on there that I was in the background. I got a picture with Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. And one of our commentators, Corey's, when I was in the crowd right there, it's hard for me to see, but I was in that picture that he posted on his Instagram, and I reposted it because kind of like I got picked for him. I mean, I had a picture with Becky Lynch, but I never got to meet Seth Rollins yet when she was at the car thing here in Omaha. So, but I was like, I got a picture now with Seth Rollins now too, when AJ Styles and Sheamus and EC3, the autographs are up there. When I went to wrestling events and stuff, so it was awesome. Got to see John Cena, Randy Orton multiple times in the past. Got real close to them, but never actually. I got a picture of them, but not with them though. Sadly, so. But I was pretty close to them though. And then that would bring the rest of Monday Night Raw, where Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss may want a tag team match to be in Miss Money in the Bank, but when it all comes down, every woman for themselves, like Sheamus and Drew McIntyre's this past SmackDown, they was actually able to win against the Usos to earn their way in the men's Money in the Bank. Ronda Rousey looks forward to crushing Natalya for her SmackDown Women's Championship belt for bringing her family involved into it. But like Natalya was on the bump, and Lacey Evans was also on the bump and said that, well, Ronda Rousey was talking about her family first, so it's kind of like fighting for everything you earn, everything you got, everything that you believe in. Who's got the more strength? Who's gonna be the better woman that night? So it's gonna be a good match. I think should be a great match. Should be an awesome match. And then they'll bring the rest of the SmackDown where Sami Zayn knocked off Nakamura with strategizing matter there. But is he really on the Bloodlines team? Because he said that Brock Lesnar was going to be WWE Champion at SummerSlam, which really digged him in a hole when Paul Heyman was supposed to be the one being interviewed by Kelly, not him. And he just digged this hole deeper. So I guess he better stay away from the Bloodline as far as possible right now. Then that would bring the rest of your round when you got Shingy, who stood up for himself against Jinder Mahal. The returning of the Viking Raiders attacking the New Day. So you see the New Day and the Viking Raiders probably in a tag team match, and Shanky and Jinder Mahal in singles action. Next week on Friday Night SmackDown Wrestling, it'll be the Viking Raiders versus the New Day in a tag team match. And then it'll be Shanky and Jinder Mahal in singles action. And then you're seeing Pratt McAfee will be at SummerSlam against Baron Corbin, along with Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, which will be on June 30th after this 4th of July of the Money in the Bank. Get your SummerSlam tickets, because then you only have a few weeks left for them. And then also at any time, Mr. and Miss Money in the Bank can cash in their contract. They haven't already did it on Raw and SmackDown or Money in the Bank. They could do it at any time. And like I said, I think it's Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre for Mr. Money in the Bank, and then Miss Money in the Bank, Gonzalez. I want her to win because I think if she got another opportunity, she would be SmackDown Women's Champion. And speaking of her, she will have a tag team match as well after they handle Sonya Deville. Then try to get Shayna Baszler involved against her and Lacey Evans, and if Shayna Baszler, after they handle Sonya Deville against Lacey Evans and against Gonzalez, but I think that Raquel and Lacey Evans will be like, well, we can win this tag team match, and then after that, we're against each other at Money in the Bank, and every woman for themselves, just to get that off their chest. So those are my predictions for SmackDown, based on these results from this last SmackDown for this coming SmackDown, based on Monday Night Raw results for this coming Monday Night Raw. And then, like I said, off the bump, and you've seen also out of character. I was talking about how I see Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles and Omos on there, and Theory was on there. Well, this past out of character, how also, and then I seen that was on there. for that past one. I think that one was like 2 weeks ago though, and then I seen also Edge on there, but that one was like before he got injured. But you'll see that, and then saw Nikita off of NXT on there. So I think that would pretty much cover it. And then also the rest of Monday Night Raw speeding around budget because it led to one to another. That we had Carmella now who won the Fatal 5 match to face our Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is going to remain Raw Women's Champion. She's the quickest, the toughest, the strongest, the fastest, the EST of WWE for a reason. And then plus, with AJ Styles, the phenomenal needs to have his own TV show because he embarrassed him on his show and beat Tommaso and a singles action even after he was attacked from blindside. And the Usos, they didn't win. I mean, it was Jimmy that beat Montez, but this time Dawkins got the best of Jey Uso. And there was also on SmackDown on commentary when they watched Sheamus and Drew McIntyre beat them in a tag team match, send them, hey, maybe we'll walk out those Raw Tag Team Championships, and we will because we want that smoke at Money in the Bank. And they both get to be in Money in the Bank, so now it's even right now with the women's and men's as far as giving Raw and SmackDown both that opportunity. Like I said, Almighty Balashi, now he's done with Theory. Focus on him for the United States Champion at Money in the Bank. But then when John Cena returns to Monday Night Raw for a 20th year anniversary, it's been long since big time match. John's been in the ring. He's coming home. He's gonna be live there at Monday Night Raw in Texas, and he's gonna put Theory in his place for mocking him and show him that he still's got an attitude and just in his ass. Put his ass down. And then say, "Oh, you can't see Cena still." Then you also nothing one. They had the tag team match with Liv. She always comes so close, but she can never, quite get the job done. She's a talented superstar. She shows a lot of guts in there, but she can never get the job quite done. Was Alexa Bliss is a former Miss Money in the Bank, SmackDown Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion. She's came back and been dominating. She's already done it all. And then Omos, gotta give the heart to Matt Riddle, the face Omos. But Seth Rollins looks like he'll probably have a singles action with Matt Riddle since Cody Rhodes isn't there, and he chose him to stomp his head down. So he'll probably verse him in a singles action, along with Kevin Owens versus either Ezekiel or Elias after they smack the guitar against his back. We got our concert too. Got a little concert, little show. Now the question is, since the Mysterios beat Finn Balor and Damian Priest, what's next for them? And then Dana Brooks is his 24th champion against, it was Akira, it was R-Truth, it was Tamina, it was all the people coming after her. I think I seen Reginald out there, but he didn't quite get it. It's just all over the place. 24 champions, but it was on WWE Live, but you'll probably see him lurking on Raw like he did and stuff. And then that would pretty much cover it. And then Becky Lynch in the main event had an opportunity for a Money in the Bank play. It was Asuka, that's former the last Miss Money in the Bank, will be in this year's Miss Money in the Bank opportunity again. And Becky Lynch totally destroyed the whole commentary table. She was throwing papers at them, she was throwing the cameras at them, and almost flipping them out of the chair flipping the table instead of letting her anger loose that she won't be at Money in the Bank this year. But we could see Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, which is the second biggest besides WrestleMania pay-per-view. WrestleMania and SummerSlam. And then we'll be seeing Raw or SmackDown Survivor Series. And I'm not sure how I went to win on that yet because it depends on who's all there at the time. All the superstars coming and going and everything all messed up. So Depends on who's who, what team, what brand I'm going to go for, red or the blue, or it should be red or the blue like that. So it depends on who's there at the time, who I go for, Raw or SmackDown. Because right now, I mean, I like them both. I usually like SmackDown more because Sasha Banks on there, and she's not on there. I like them both equally. Now, I would say I like Raw red because Bianca Belair's on there. And she's my favorite superstar besides Sasha Banks in the female locker room. So, and then you had Shanti and Tamina do a qualification match, and Shanti beat Tamina to be in the women's Money in the Bank match, and she's earned it because she did put made Ronda Rousey fight to remain that SmackDown Women's Champion, and so she earned to be in the Miss Money in the Bank, being Natalia. But I think Gonzalez should win. I think Raquel should win that and be able to versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship, because then I think she would be the next SmackDown Women's Champion. And everybody would love it too. Everybody would love and respect her too because she's earned it. She's dominant. She's strong. She's powerful. It's like you got Omos, this unstoppable giant on Raw. And then over here on SmackDown, then you have Raquel, the unstoppable giant on SmackDown. And after Drew and Sheamus won their tag team match too, now they, former best friends, tag team partners, and now they can't stand each other in the ring. Cena versus each other at Money in the Bank really get the Street Profits hopes for to get their Raw Tag Team Championships back from the Usos. Ronda Rousey and Natalia, they're fighting for everything that matters to them personally. So it will be a strong fighting match. It will, they're former tag team partners, former best friends and trainers too. And now they're like everything is on the line. And now that you cross that, let's see now what you're really made of. And then you also had Gunther remain the Intercontinental Champion against Ricochet. And the returning of the Viking Raiders, I mean, now they're dark and destructive now instead of in the raid. Well, I guess nobody wants the raid now because now they turn to the darkness side. And they want the New Day to tag team. Like I said, all those predictions stuff made perfectly great sense. This coming Monday Night Raw, ruthless, rookie, ruthless, aggressive, work life. You can't see me, 16-time champ, big match John Cena returning for 20 years anniversary on Monday Night Raw live in Texas is gonna put Theory as he's a former United States champion in his place for mocking him with the attitude "You can't see me" adjustment. And on top of that, Elias or Zika, or both of them, might make Kevin Owens look like he's seen a ghost. Because he's seen both of them last week, and then I was like, wait a minute. You just had a beard up there, and now you're shaved back here. No way you would have beat me because I would have seen you walk around me. So I explained that. Either one of them or both of them versus him in a singles action. Just fed up with it. And then also, you'll have Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle in a singles action probably. And then that pretty Bianca Belair owes Carmella either a hit, a kiss of death, or she'll hand her, Bianca Belair will be laughing as she kisses the death of Carmella for attacking her as they head to Money in the Bank for the Raw Women's Championship belt. And then also, on top of that, the Street Profits and the Usos Raw Tag Team Money in the Bank. I mean, they haven't really fought like the Usos and RK Bro when they was actually brawling and fighting. They just watched their mat. Like, they versed on Raw, and one of the Usos won. Jimmy against Montez won, and then the week after that, Dawkins beat Jay, and then they saw them lose on SmackDown. So now, the question is, what's next for the Usos and Street Profits? As their next time they'll see each other will probably be on the Money in the Bank, or who knows, they might be on SmackDown. So something to happen right there, and then that would pretty much cover Monday Night Raw and whatever else. Those are my predictions for this coming Monday Night Raw show that you don't want to miss. And then on the bump, based on Natalia and Lacey Evans on the bump. You'll have this coming one last bump before Money in the Bank. And then SummerSlam a few weeks after that. That should get your tickets. I said you already got Pratt versus Corbin, Roman Reigns Universal Champion against Brock Lesnar, and then a Mr. Money Bank cashing their contract at any time if they haven't already done it. And then also this coming SmackDown, then I think they'll have the New Day versus the Vice Raiders in a tag team match. And then Shanky versus Jinder Mahal in a singles action. Lacey Evans teaming up with Raquel just for the tag team match against Shayna Baszler. And it won't be Sonya Deville. It'd be she came out with since she already lost in tag team match. And then I guess Drew McIntyre and Sheamus can beat the hell out of each other if they want, because now they don't have to be on the same team. So Drew McIntyre and Sheamus can have their brawl fight. I'm sure the other two was going to get involved, probably do a 3-on-1, and Drew's going to have to be all three of them up as they head into Money in the Bank to show that he's ready to become Mr. Money in the Bank and become WWE Champion again. So that would cover Raw, SmackDown, The Bump, and this coming. And if you missed that character, I don't really watch NXT, and all my superstars are on Raw and SmackDown. I do like some on there. I like Zion that's on there. I like Shirai that's on there. I like Carlos that's on there. Carmelo, I like him on there. And Zion and Shirai, but other than that, I mean, everybody else on Raw and SmackDown are not there anymore. Or on A&W, which A&W, those are like, when I was a little kid, the Raw and the SmackDown superstars I grew up watching as a little kid. You get to see them on A&W on Thursdays, and then Friday Night SmackDown. Some of them that I grew up watching that I like now, the WWE superstars, and then Monday Night Raw itself. And then, like I said, when NXT, they all came from there on the Raw SmackDown. So it's like, well, now I can just watch NXT when I watch Monday Night Raw. I can watch all my favorite Raw superstars from NXT, all my favorite SmackDown superstars from NXT, and the bump it out of character for like the interviews, the Raw and the SmackDown talk. And you also see Madcap Moss also return on SmackDown as well. That was backstage. And a 30-day exclusive behind the scenes that Becky Lynch won't be in the Money Bank, but we could see her at SummerSlam. And who knows? I mean, you got one more Raw. She could be at Money Bank. I mean, Seth Rollins thought he wasn't going to be at WrestleMania, and just in the last minute, Seth Rollins went to WrestleMania versus Cody Rhodes. So Becky Lynch could have an opponent that wants to face her at Money in the Bank this coming Raw. As that though, you can still cover that up before Raw and after Raw talk. So I seen that Captain Ross back there, and then seen Drew Gulak too, still back there. Because I haven't seen him in a while since he's been on that bump episode. And I think I pretty much covered everything, but like I was saying, you can see them on there, and I'm just waiting for and then the people that starts like in NXT, like is him, they all moved over to Raw SmackDown. You know, so I get to see my Raw and SmackDown superstars I grew up watching on AEW, and I'm like, I get to watch Monday Night Raw with NXT superstars, Friday Night SmackDown with my NXT superstars that I like, and then I got Thursdays for out of character, the bump on Wednesdays, and then I have the WWE Live, which is on Saturdays usually, WWE Live shows. And then Sunday's the pay-per-view, and then get to see them on Thursday on the AEW for the ones that's still around, like Daniel Bryan, that was on there, that's still around on there now. Dean Ambrose, who's now John Moxley, CM Punk. So now the rest, like Carmelo, Zion, and Shirai. I think Carmelo, Zion, and Shirai. should join the SmackDown brand, and then Raw and SmackDown will be complete. Because then I'll be like, okay, now that Zion, Carmelo, and Shirai had joined SmackDown, I want SmackDown Survivor Series to win this year. Plus, we got new matches and opportunities on SmackDown to see as Monday Night Raw has a little bit more because it's a little longer show. But that's all for today, all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining me, watching this out. Make sure you subscribe to Queen Krazy K here on my YouTube channel for getting some more podcasts like it. It would be really appreciated. Follow me on that Instagram. Check it out before and after. Queen Krazy K is added here, and I'll see you guys next time.